is just a fold down bed. Swings on over, and I've got old legs from crutches there that hold it. So when that flips down, and then the whole mattress comes down.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. Today we're going to meet Charles.
Hi.
And Charles is in the king of all ambulances.
It's a big one.
It's a big one, yeah. It's actually a Freightliner, a heavy-duty truck.
Yep. Yeah, it's a mid-sized truck, an FL60. It's got a Mercedes 900 engine. So it's a big boy, and luckily I haven't had too many engine repair costs yet.
Yeah, that's the problem with these big trucks. They rarely need a repair, but when they need repair,
it's expensive.
It's expensive.
Yep.
So how long have you been on the road?
I've had the vehicle about 4 years, been working on it a couple years during COVID, and then I did about a 5 or 6 month trial last year through the winter time. I came down to the RTR and spent my winter down here and had a great time. And this year I'm about a month on the road, but going full time from here on out.
Very good, going full time. And what made you decide to go to full time?
I've always loved traveling. We were a family that went to national parks and went camping and that kind of stuff. And you know, all through my life, every time I go to a park, it's like, I just want to live here. I don't want to go. And finally got, you know, I've been a massage therapist for 20 years and was enjoying that. But during COVID, there was, you know, a break going on. I wasn't working on people. Yeah. And so I decided that I didn't want to wait anymore. I didn't. You kind of go through life hoping someone will go do the traveling with you, and then you decide it's worth it to just do it on your own.
Right.
Yeah.
So so here you are,
yeah.
And you're young still. How are you supporting yourself?
I'm looking for work on the road. I'm just starting out full time, so I've got something lined up for the fall, but I'm looking for the summertime, and then hopefully from there on out, I'll find something every year.
Very good. So would it be okay if we took a look at inside your rig?
Oh yeah, let's take a tour.
Okay, let's do that, folks. So tell us a little bit about your ambulance.
So like I said, it's a big rig. It's an FL60, a Freightliner. I got one this big because I can stand up in it. The two or three that I looked at before this, I was always, you know, just crouching over a little bit, and I just didn't want to live that way. So I could stand up in this one, and it had room for absolutely everything that I could take with me, and that's why I chose it. This one was, I think, a paramedic transport unit, so it was transporting patients between hospitals, that kind of thing. It wasn't an emergency vehicle, or, you know, not responding to emergency sites. And so it had quite a few miles on it. It had almost 200,000 miles on it when I bought it, and I've put about 20,000 on it since.
Let's take a look inside.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, so you've done quite a bit of work inside.
Yeah, I've done a little bit of work in here. It's pretty basic. I kept all the cabinets. I kept all the wiring. A lot of people tear everything out, but I didn't have an electrical background, so I wanted to leave in here what I could. The cabinets over here I modified a little bit for the kitchen, and I put countertops on. I've also got like a little swing out table here.
Oh, that is so nice.
Yeah, so I've got a lot of counter space in here, which is great because I love to cook. And when I started out on the road, all this was plywood. And I've got one of my cabinets outside, I'll show you later, is a little woodworking shop. So I made these countertops myself, all but this one, and from wood that I brought from home. So wow, that's nice. one of the things I like to do on the road. It's not finished yet. I haven't done the staining on the countertops yet, but we'll get to it. Yeah, and then the other side, the other modifications I did is just a fold down bed. So this is like a swing down kind of bed. I can show you real quick here. Swings on over, and I've got old legs from crutches there that hold it. So when that flips down, and then the whole mattress comes down. So I've got about 6 inches of comfort there, which is nice.
Wow, that's unusual. I don't think I've seen one quite like that.
Yeah, I know. I found that. I found these brackets online on an RVPro.com or something like that. I can't remember the site. And then the wood you build yourself. So you just buy those 2 brackets and then build everything else.
So it's setting on what came with the ambulance.
There's a piece of plywood down here, but under here is just the bench seat that existed.
Right.
Yeah, and there's still storage under there. You know, little hatch here to get to it. Did the cushions myself. Learned to do some sewing.
Got to do a lot of things out here now.
Yeah, everything for the first time too, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, with all ambulances, you got a lot of storage.
Yeah, the storage is amazing. Storage in here is great. All my electronics fit up here. On this side, I have all my clothes. But I mean, everything is made really well. Like, you know, there's drawers, and there's 2 drawers in here. So I had a dresser built in, so can't complain.
Right. And is that a bathroom in back or just
no bathroom? Storage? No, this is that's a storage. That's actually my wood shop outside. I didn't put a bathroom in. I use buckets. I didn't plumb it either. I don't have a sink or anything like that. I just use basins, so that way I can dump it outside. If it doesn't hit a gray water tank, then you can dump it on the ground.
Right. So. Absolutely. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Huge counter space, which I really love.
Yeah, I love the countertop space, and like I said, I made these myself from some maple that I cut at home and milled up myself. And this cabinet was a little bit bigger, so you couldn't really use this as countertop space. So I cut it back and pushed it back, and that's where all my food gets stored. This is 2 giant IKEA junk drawers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a mess in there, but it has everything I need. And more storage than I can think of. And then, just going down the road, you got to lock them.
Yes, right. Got a pass through, which is really good.
I got a nice pass through here, which he uses more than me, Sully, the dog, because it's kind of, you got to crouch over to go through there. But when I need to, I can.
Yes,
and that's really nice. The one issue is keeping the heat and the cold from the cab from affecting back here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so right now it's just a hanging yoga mat, and eventually I'd like to build a nice plug of some kind that will insulate.
And just more storage over here?
Yep, more storage over here, food, dishes, dog stuff. This is a cabinet that's accessible to the outside as well. So I've got one little fridge in there. I've got another fridge behind you, dog food, all sorts of stuff.
Just the stuff of life.
Stuff of life, yeah. All my hobbies.
And here's your big fridge.
Yep, big fridge down there, nice Iceco. Yep. That works great.
And a slide.
Yep, and it's on a slide.
So you've done just a really nice job in here.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have any social media people can follow you from?
I do, yes. I have YouTube and Instagram, and I go by Journeyman plus dog. And I don't have much up on there yet, but hopefully I will soon.
Well, so you're just really going full time now.
You're just really starting out full time. Yeah, last year was my trial run, and I had a great time and did a lot of filming. The editing's been very slow.
Yes, that's the no fun part for most of us. Okay, is there anything to see outside?
Yeah, let's take a look at the cabinets. Yeah. So this is the one that was accessible from the inside.
Right.
And here you can see below here I've got, under here is my diesel heater. So I've got that installed way down there.
Right.
And then to feed it, I use this like marine gas can that has a quick release.
Right.
So I don't drip any diesel in there.
Right.
Yeah, before I had that, I had some issues. Yeah, so that's that cabinet, and then the rest is junk and tools and all sorts of stuff. So this is my wood shop here. I can show you kind of how it works. I won't set the whole thing up, but this is just a kind of a bar that comes out, and so you can have it as a low workbench, or it also sits up high for a high workbench on top of my toolbox there. Wow. So I use hand woodworking tools, planes and drills and bit braces and all that kind of stuff to do what I do.
Very cool.
Yeah. I can keep all sorts of stuff in there.
And the great thing about these ambulances, they can handle any amount of weight. You practically cannot overload them.
No.
Especially these big, really big rigs.
Yeah, and I get about 10 miles to the gallon, which for a rig this size is not bad.
Not bad at all.
Yeah. Some of those RVs get 6 miles to the gallon. I can't believe it. Not much back here. I do tow a car. At least this year, I'm towing a car because I'm going to be working on the road. And it's, if I'm commuting even just 5 or 10 miles to a job, it saves a lot of money.
So, a lot of money. It would definitely be worth the money.
Yeah. Back here is just more storage. That's all the water I carry, 12 gallons or so. Out here, it's been easy to fill up. Like I said, I don't have a plumbed water system, but I do have a propane water heater. Mm-hmm. So if I'm at someone's house or somewhere where I can plug in a hose, I can have a nice outdoor shower.
Great.
Yeah. Or wash the dog off. That's mainly what I use it for. Here's all the, whoops, everything shifted, all my electrical stuff.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So the previous owner had put in this MPPT charger and the solar panels, but never hooked them up. He never hooked it all up right. So that was my first job, was to get all that running. But it's a home system. It was a rigid home solar panel and a home charger. It's not made for mobile or anything like that, but it works just fine.
Schneider is one of the very best names.
And it's a really good controller.
Yeah.
The inverter came with it. They come with huge, powerful inverters.
Right.
Usually, well, not usually, but sometimes they get torn out before they get sold.
Right.
And then I put in 2 lithium batteries. So
very good. Yeah, that's really, really nice.
Yeah. So I've got about 400 amp hours of storage and about 300 watts of solar on the top.
Good.
So, and it's not a lot of solar, but I don't use much electricity, so
it's probably works just fine.
So it works just fine, yeah. The inverter is actually still hooked up to the cab batteries, the way it was originally.
Right.
So if I need to charge those batteries, I can do that. Eventually, I'd like to get this set up on these house batteries so that I can use an inverter back here and plug in appliances and microwave and that kind of stuff. But I don't have anything like that yet. And then more tall storage.
Yeah.
So extra gas, fluids, all that kind of stuff. And then shovels.
Is that a lacrosse?
It's a lacrosse stick for throwing a ball for the dog.
Oh my goodness, that is quite the stick.
That came in handy the other day. I had to tighten up my alternator on my car, and I had to use that as a pry bar. So
oh wow.
You use everything you carry with you. And then the giant cab. So back space is Sully's. I carry a foldable kayak that fits in there.
Yeah, having this super cab in an ambulance is pretty rare.
Yeah.
Very unusual.
Yeah, and I think it was storage, for the medical people that were traveling, because they would have had overnight bags and that kind of stuff to go from one hospital to another.
Is it pretty comfortable, or does it beat you up?
It's pretty comfortable. It is air ride suspension, so on the bumpy roads, I'm kind of getting close to the ceiling.
Yeah, yeah.
But it rides pretty well. It's a little bit tough to drive. It's a big vehicle. I've only got about 6 or 8 inches in my lane on either side, so it takes a lot of concentration to drive, and I try to limit to 4 or 5 hours of driving a day if I can.
So having been in it now, well, you haven't been in it for all that long, but long enough.
Yeah.
Would you recommend it? Would you buy it again?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I think it's been a really good first vehicle. Again, it lets me carry everything I need. It's got plenty of living space for me and Sully. If I get another vehicle, I may downsize just because you can't go quite as many places, especially towing the car. I can't do wild camping like I did last year. But for living on the road, it's really wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I would get it again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's always a balance of comfort and freedom, and you give up one or the other at all times.
Yeah, exactly. And if I'd trade all the space and everything for the 4-wheel drive like you got, but
yeah, I'm real happy with my 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not have the space you have. You have much more space.
Yeah, that was the trade-off.
And so our listeners out there, our viewers out there who are thinking to themselves, well, I don't know if I want to go and live full-time or not, what would you say to them?
Well, it's not for everybody.
Right, right.
So if that's what you're thinking, keep thinking that until you feel like you want to get on the road, and then you do it.
Right.
It's kind of a calling. And you can follow me online on YouTube or Instagram. I am Journeyman plus Dog, all spelled out one word.
Very good.
And you can see my adventures and Sully's adventures.
Good. Charles, thank you so much for sharing your home and your new life with us.
Yeah,
really
thank you.
appreciate
Thanks for checking it out. It's so nice to meet you and be part of the channel.
Very good. And go check out his channel, folks. Really, really a good thing to do. Well, folks, if you got anything out of this video, and I'm sure you've been inspired, then like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.